At the moment, if you want to transition from one gender to another, then you have to get a medical certificate showing that you've got gender dysphoria.
And you have to say at the moment, it's not people want to transition. You know, you make it sound like it's a lifestyle choice.
I'm not saying it's a lifestyle. I'm asking you as neutrally as I can. But at the moment, you have to get a medical certificate and you have to show that you have lived for 2 years in the gender to which you wish to be assigned, the required gender. Is Labour going to remove those requirements and allow people to completely self-identify?
I mean, Andrew, this is a really sensitive point. And if you look at the amount of young people that are, you know, the suicide rates amongst young people, especially from transgender backgrounds, is really a scourge on society. And anyone watching this show, I don't want them to be offended that somehow we're saying that they're choosing to be a particular gender. That's not how it feels for people that are going through that process. What we're saying is we'll be sensitive under the Gender Recognition Act to ensure that people can be valued of who they are and protect their rights, whether that's women, whether that's transgender women, whether that's men or whether that's girls. We will make sure that everybody feels valued as part of a society and tolerant. And at the moment, language like we're choosing our gender really doesn't make people feel valued, and it's really insensitive to the trauma that many people have to go through. It's not like buying a dress or going out to the shops and deciding which drink you're having. It's an incredibly difficult and traumatic process for people.
Would a future Labour government change the Equality Act to forbid the exclusion of self-declared people from certain spaces?
No, we will protect spaces under the Equalities Act. We will make sure that women feel protected in the spaces, but we'll also protect transgender women as well and make sure that everyone feels valued. There's so many young people at the moment, Andrew, feeling that they're not good enough in our country, and it's an absolute scourge. And if it was your child that's in that situation, being told that they're choosing what they want to do and somehow that this is just a lifestyle choice, I think takes us back to the days of Section 28.
You used the word lifestyle,
that's really damaging.
You used the word lifestyle, I never did. But Angela Rayner, for the moment, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Let me ask you finally on trans rights. As I was talking to Angela Rayner, at the moment there are at least 2 major requirements before you can get the certificate for transitioning. One is a medical certificate for gender dysphoria, and the other is to show that you have lived for 2 years in the gender to which you want to be assigned. Will the Liberal Democrats remove those hurdles, if you like?
Yes. Look, this is a hugely difficult issue for many people who are finding that they are discriminated against, that they are finding themselves with significant mental health problems, that they really, really struggle with the way society responds to this issue, and particularly the way in which the media debate on trans issues becomes so vicious so quickly. It is really important that everybody, no matter whether they are cis or trans, whether they are gay or straight or bi, whether they're men or women, everybody can be themselves and live and be free to live their lives without discrimination. And at the moment, the hurdles that are there are, I do not believe that they are justified. They're not a sensible way forward. Other countries have made this change already and it has worked well. And we should do that too.
Under the Equalities Act, at the moment, there are certain so-called safe spaces, women's refuges and prisons and so forth, which are able to turn away trans people. Will you change the Equalities Act to stop that happening?
There's not some kind of hierarchy of equalities. Everybody matters, and you can't say that, you know, trans women or cis women, you know, that one group is more important than another.
Do you change the Act, is my point?
No, what all of those places have to do. You know, if you're in a refuge and you have...
Yeah, let's take the example of women's refuge.
And if you have a woman who comes to that refuge who is being abused by her partner is a same-sex partner, then clearly that refuge has to be making sure they're doing a risk assessment on those coming in, because you wouldn't want to have a situation where that partner who'd been abusive was in the same refuge. So this isn't an issue about gender. This is an issue about managing that risk, and that has to be done with all of the people that a refuge is accepting. And trans women are often at significant risk of violence and abuse within relationships.
So, very finally, do you think the Equalities Act needs to be changed, therefore, or not?
Well, I think the Gender Recognition Act needs to be changed. I think the Equality Act does a good job. We
Okay.
have different protected characteristics because every individual in this country, no matter who you are, deserves
Okay.
to have protection on all of those different fronts.